Imagine stumbling upon a village where every soul has vanished, smoke still curls from chimneys, meals sit half-eaten, and fires crackle as if life was just interrupted. This isn't a horror movie plot, it's the chilling mystery of Angikuni village, deep in the remote Canadian wilderness, where an entire community disappeared without a trace. In November 1930, fur trapper Joe LaBelle arrived at the familiar Inuit settlement, expecting the warmth of a thriving community. Instead, he was met by an unnerving, absolute silence. The entire village, hundreds of people, had seemingly been erased from existence overnight. There were no signs of a struggle, and eerily not a single footprint leading away from the village in the fresh snow. Inside the huts, the scene was even more disturbing. Pots of caribou stew sat frozen over cold embers. Rifles, essential for survival in this harsh land, were found leaning against doorways. Why would an entire village abandon their food and their only means of protection? It was as if the people had been plucked from their daily lives in an instant. The most sinister clues lay outside. A team of sled dogs was found starved and frozen, still tied to their posts, an unthinkable act for the Inuit, who prized their dogs dearly. Adding to the horror, LaBelle discovered the village's ancestral graveyard had been desecrated. The graves were unearthed and empty, a sacrilege that defied all explanation. As word of the ghost village spread, other trappers spoke of a strange, pulsating light in the sky that had hovered over the area. This celestial anomaly, coupled with the impossible circumstances on the ground, fueled wild speculation, from mass hysteria to the terrifying possibility of alien abduction. Others whisper of far older, darker forces, ancient Inuit curses spoken into the wind to protect sacred lands. They speak of malevolent spirits like the Tornit, shadowy, giant-like beings said to roam the tundra, capable of driving men mad or making them disappear. Could the villagers have unknowingly disturbed a sacred burial ground, awakening a slumbering territorial wrath that consumed them whole, leaving only an eerie silence as a chilling warning? Then there are theories that point not to the supernatural, but to the sinister actions of man. Persistent whispers of government cover-ups suggest the village was the site of a clandestine military experiment gone horribly wrong. Was it a new biological agent that got loose, forcing a swift, silent, and permanent quarantine? Or a top-secret weapons test whose effects had to be erased from history, along with every witness? The official silence is deafening, fueling speculation that the truth is deliberately buried under classified documents. Over the decades, skeptics have tried to rationalize the event. They propose a simple mass migration, the village packing up to follow caribou herds. But this tidy explanation crumbles under the evidence. How can an entire community vanish without a trace? This wasn't a planned departure. Why abandon precious rifles essential for survival? Why leave pots of stew to freeze solid over their fires? The details are too specific, too haunting to be dismissed as mere folklore or exaggeration. This leads us to the most unsettling theory, one that looks beyond our world for answers. Eyewitness accounts from trappers miles away spoke of strange, silent lights dancing in the sky above the lake. Not the familiar aurora, but something structured, mechanical, and purposeful. Was this evidence of something far beyond human understanding? A mass abduction? A silent, terrifying observation by visitors from another world, for whom the village was nothing more than a curiosity to be collected and studied? As we peel back the layers of this mystery, we are left with a tapestry of terrifying possibilities, from vengeful spirits of the ice, to the cold calculus of a secret government operation, from mass hallucination to extraterrestrial contact. Each theory is a chilling rabbit hole, a potential answer that only deepens the enigma. The truth, whatever it may be, is lost to the Arctic winds. Angikuni remains one of history's greatest unsolved disappearances, a place where the deafening silence screams louder than any words ever could. The story of the vanished village doesn't truly end. It simply fades into the mists of history, a chilling cautionary tale whispered on the wind. The silence of the empty streets is the only answer we have, a stark reminder that our world is filled with places where the veil between the known and the unknowable is terrifyingly thin. Remember, sometimes the most terrifying mysteries are the ones that leave no trace at all, just an unnerving, echoing void. If you're drawn to the shadows and fascinated by the unexplained, help our community of investigators grow. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss an expedition into the unknown. Because every day, we uncover a new mystery waiting in the dark.